kindergarten curriculum video. Hopefully this video will answer several questions that you have and any that may come up during the year. Of course, if there's anything that we didn't address that you still have questions about, feel free to contact your child's teacher. We're going to be talking about writing for readers and author studies. We're going to do researches and reports. And by the end of kindergarten, we really want your child to be able, or they're really expected to be able to write a sentence with a capital letter and punctuation and finger spaces in between. And so Buddy Bear here is going to demonstrate what exactly that would look like, okay? All right, so here we go. So Buddy Bear is saying, I like to play. Okay? He's got finger spaces. He starts off with a capital letter and a period. He does not have any capital letters in the middle of his sentence. They're all lowercase except for the first one. Also, your child is going to be expected to write a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end that stays on topic and is focused and has details in it. So that's the ELAR portion of the curriculum night. A couple of things I really want to highlight is they've really upped the rigor in math, and what I mean by that is children are expected not to just count 1 to 100, but they're supposed to be able to start with any number within that range and count forward. So like for example, I might say count from 38 to 42. Your child needs to be able to say 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. A lot of times children want to go all the way back to 1 and start over. So no, they need to start at 38 and get to 42. They also need to be able to do that backwards. Another thing is problem solving. In the past, a lot of problems are just real simple, like, there are 2 cats, in the yard, 4 more join them, how many are there now? And again, to make the problem harder, it's more like there are 2 cats in the yard, some more join them, now there are 6, how many cats join them? Lots more examples like that, but that's kind of how they've upped the rigor in the problem solving. Of course, your teacher can always give you a lot more examples, and as we get to that, we divide it out by overarching ideas. So the first one is balance and stability, where we had Buddy Bear, and he was talking about how to keep balance in the classroom and in your community because you have rules and stuff to follow. We're going to have a unit on systems where seasons are a system and just the different kinds of systems that there are out there, like technology and stuff. And then and map systems too. And then we're also going to talk about, I know what I call communication, verbal versus nonverbal communication, and just communicating with writing. And then there's interactions, diversity, and continuity and change. And that's how we end our year, as we talk about how much we've changed and just how things...
Hi, kindergarten families. I'm Mrs. Clays, and I'm going to talk to you about our behavior system that we have here in kindergarten. All students are starting on green, which is the ready to learn middle of the chart, and they have the opportunity to move up based on their positive choices, or move down if a student is having a topsy-turvy day and they're needing quite a lot of redirection and reminders. The teacher will ask the child to move down to think about it, and that's when they just need some time to think about the choices they're making. Then if they still are having difficulty, the teacher will ask them to move their clip down again, and teacher's choice might be some time to think at recess or removal during a center activity until they can get it together. And if they are still struggling with challenges, they'll be asked to put it on the red. And that one says, oh no, stop. At that point, some parent contact will be made, either a note in the folder or a phone call home, or an email will be sent. And it's always great to know that they'll have the opportunity to move back up. Even though they're on red, they can move up to orange if they're making positive choices, and then yellow, and even back on green. And then they could also move up to good day is where we want them to be. Outstanding would be fabulous. And then role model would be a really strong leader in the classroom. And since we are still learning rules and procedures for kindergarten learning, that is our goal, but at times we're not there yet. And that's okay for right now in the beginning of the school year. At the end of the day, your child's teacher will look over the chart and she will color in on the day and date what color your child is on. And if we need to, we will write a corresponding number with the challenges that your child had for that day. We do ask that when you do look this over, that you sign in the corner. There is room for you to put your initials. That way we know that you know.
Hi, I'm Robin Warden. I am going to talk to you today about communication with us and important dates coming up and how to find out the important dates. The best way to find out the dates that you need to know about are on the back of the folder. This is the McKinney ISD calendar for this year. It has all of our dates, blackout for holidays, for student holidays, and for like our big spring breaks and all that good stuff. Also, you can go to the website at mckinneyisd.net, and you could look on there if you don't have the folder with you, and that has this same exact calendar, and you can even print that out and keep it for your records. Two important dates that I want to tell you about are the 13th is a student holiday. It's Columbus Day. No kids are going to come to school that day. And the 27th is our conference day, where it's not a regular school day, but you'll come up in conference with your child's teacher, and we can tell you all the good things that have been going on. So those two important, check the website or check the folder for important dates coming up. Also, if you would like to communicate with us, the best way is to look in your folders every week, or every day actually. We send out the folder, and sometimes you have important information from PTA, you have school information, just all kinds of different, maybe schoolwork or notes from the teacher or the room mother, just all kinds of information that would be helpful that you need to know. So try to check it every night and take out the things that you need to keep, and maybe send back notes, or any ways if you want to communicate with us, you can send us back a note. Also, you can email us. That is our favorite way to communicate with you, and we will try to get back with you just as soon as possible, probably definitely within 24 hours, probably even sooner than that, and we can answer any questions, or if you have anything you want to tell us or any important information to share. Also, but one thing I want to tell you about dismissal information, if you have dismissal information that needs to go home, like that day, you have a change in dismissal for that day, please call the front office, because we may not check our email before dismissal, and we may not know how your child is getting home. So definitely call the office. You can email us too, but just in case we don't get it, please call the office if there's a change for that day in dismissal.
Hi parents, I'm Amanda Garcia, and I'm here to talk to you about student engagement. What you should know about student engagement is the three big things that we say here at Minshew and at McKinney. That a student should be persistent on the task, that they should be committed to what they're doing, and they should be attentive in it. Engagement doesn't always necessarily mean that it is fun and that it's entertaining. The students, whenever they are engaged, we want them to have work ethic and to be working hard to produce good quality work. On that, the work that the students are doing doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be worksheets that you're going to see coming home, because it's not developmentally appropriate for kindergarten students. Students will be working with things that are very tactile and with their fingers and their hands, and developing and making things. Also, students come in with different background knowledge. Some students already know how to read and how to form their letters and different things in math, and some other students don't have that background knowledge yet for whatever reason. And so teachers, we try very hard to meet those students on where they are at for their independent work time. But that does not mean that all students will be learning about the letters and the sounds and the things that the state requires us to teach. That will be something that everybody will get, because we don't want any gaps to be formed in your child's education. But during small group instruction and during independent work time, the students will be met at their individual levels, and that will help to ensure that they don't get bored in class and that they are engaged on the task that is in front of them.
My name is Mr. Douglas. I'm one of the kindergarten teachers here at Minshew. I want to talk to you briefly about open communication and partnership in regards to how it can help your child, our students, have a more effective educational process here at Minshew. First, with the open communication, we just want to let you know that as teachers we are available to talk to you about any concerns or questions you may have about your child or what is going on in class. We can do those via conferences or emails, phone calls, or even handwritten notes back and forth, whatever you're most comfortable with. And as far as the partnership, it's something that we need to work together as the parents and teachers to ensure that your student is getting the best education possible by getting support at home as well as in school.
This is the homework for kindergarten. For math, you should be practicing writing your numbers, and eventually we will lead into problem solving. Towards the end of the year, you will see problems coming home to be worked on. Please help your child. For writing, right now we're starting very basic with our name and letters. We're building into sentences to create stories. It's a building process. Please help your child wherever they are and help them become a better writer. For reading, we expect you to read at least 15 minutes each night with your child. There's websites available with the password and username given. Also, iStation is a recommended tool for most students, so please use these tools at home. For science and social studies, there's vocabulary sent home in our newsletters weekly. Please review that with your child. Vocabulary is a huge part of our academic content. During different units, there are different home projects that will come home with instructions. So please be looking forward to those.
This year in kindergarten, your child will receive grades on a 1, 2, 3, 4 rubric scale. Each quarter, students receive a progress report and a report card to assess their learning in each subject area. Progress reports go home in the form of a paper copy, and report cards are available online through the HACS system. However, in the first quarter, only grades 1 through 5 will receive a progress report. All kindergarten students will begin receiving progress reports during the second 9 weeks, which is quarter 2, and every quarter thereafter. All grades will receive a report card each quarter. Both progress reports and report cards use the 1, 2, 3, 4 rubric scale. A grade of a 4 is the highest, and a grade of a 1 is the lowest. Included in this video are the descriptors for the 1, 2, 3, 4 rubric model to help you better understand the grading system. In the subject area of reading, your child will be assessed through iStation or ISIP scores, as well as the Developmental Reading Assessment, or DRA. DRA is an individually administered assessment of your child's reading capabilities. It is a tool to help identify a student's reading level, accuracy, fluency, and comprehension. Once your child's levels are identified, the teacher can use this information for instructional planning purposes. The following chart is provided to assist you in seeing the DRA as well as the iStation expectations for each quarter.